So my phone doesn't
Okay.
die.
Free Hands Friday number 87. Oh, what a fun day we're going to have today. Super duper special guest, Josh Goldberg. And
Oh, thanks.
yeah, I'm so happy you've got a song for us to learn. Let's see, what's today's Friday, October 6th. And hey, man, how's it going? Everything all right?
Yeah, it's going really well. How are you doing?
Good, good. All right, so what have you got for us today, Josh?
All right, today I've got my arrangement of "I Shot the Sheriff" by Bob Marley and the Wailers, and this is a great song for like late beginner, early intermediate. I put this together at the beginning of my second year, like the first day one of year two of my stick playing journey. So I know for a fact that this fits with that skill level very well. And I've been playing it and kind of refining it. I'm going to perform it really quick, just like a really condensed version, so that so you guys know what it sounds like, and then we'll get into breaking down what everything is. So it's kind of like this. Let's see if I can do this without screwing the whole thing up. You can take a solo, whatever. That's the core of the song, right?
Really quick, let me add this. So we've got basically like three different parts. We've got like an introduction,
right,
the chorus, and then we've got that middle section, which is just kind of like a diatonic or a pentatonic kind of ascent.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So cool. So let's talk about the verse really quickly. Okay.
Okay. So the whole main part of the song is built off of this left-hand groove. And there's an easier version of it and a harder version of it. I'm going to show you the harder version first and then tell you what to cut out of that to make it easier, right? Okay. So it starts like this. That's like the whole song right there, just that. And so that is the classic minor 7 shape. This is in A, but I'm doing it, for those of you who are less worried about keys and more worried about frets, I'm doing it on the 2nd fret of my 7th string. Right there is my root note. And then I go up to the minor 10th, just like a classic stick minor chord, and then the 7th on top. So it's like 1, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. Just like that. The easier version of this groove is to just not do the kerchunks. That can be a really hard technique to get, especially when you're first starting. Steve Adelson showed me that when he was teaching me in my first year, and it probably took me 3 years just to feel comfortable with the proper pressure of it. So no harm, no foul. If you don't want to put that in, just remove it.
Let's talk about that right-hand melody.
Was that?
Right.
Sure. Oh.
And I'm gonna like move us along because we've got like we're 3 minutes in.
Woo, all right, pumping. All right, so the melody is really
your challenge. Okay, so let's see the.
Yeah, here we go. Teach you quick. All right, melody is really easy. The whole thing is in the pentatonic shape, specifically the 3rd form, which looks like this. If you're doing it in a 4-finger position, like that, it's going to be finger 2 4 2 4 2 4 1 4 1 4, like that. whole melody, it starts out on E. Whoops. That's it.
Okay. Oh, I'm not going to do.
You can repeat. Yeah. You can repeat that twice. The first half of the melody is done over the A, and then we shift the A up to a D. So D, A, just like that. I embellish it. I embellish the heck out of it because I don't know. I like being fancy and stuff. But that's really it. That's like the whole song. The second time through, I do from that climb up the like that. I just do it in a harmony. Whoop. And then maybe I'll add like a chord. I don't know. Just again embellishments. Those are less important than the core of it.
Yeah.
And I just want to focus on the core today, but just know that this song is like, there's lots of options, and it's very quick to master, in my opinion, so that as soon as you get it, you can just start embellishing on it.
Gotcha. So now talk about that left hand in the chorus. So we're doing
okay. So
moving from that A to D.
So then we get to the chorus. Yep. So then we get to the chorus, and the chords are F, E minor, E major, A minor. Over and over again. Like that. I'm just going to play the chorus really quick so we know exactly what it sounds like. Whoops. All right, so all I'm doing is 1, 2, 3, 4, lower octave, because I let the right hand tell you whether or not it's E minor or E major, and then back to the A minor groove. F, E, lower octave, A minor. Just like that. With the right hand, the melody is and alone, to me, that's a little plain. I could do it like that. It's a little plain, so what I do is I like to chord it up. So the main chord, it just kind of starts on a chord every time. The main chord is this A minor over C figure. So if the highest note is your A, underneath is an E, and then a C. I tend to do it with 2 fingers. I bar my first finger on the same fret. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. I bar my first finger on the same fret. And it's just for those notes. Just for that high note, I keep the chords there. That's just the same. That's the rhythm that I pull from my groove in the beginning. If we have time, I'll go over the right hand that I did at the beginning of that groove, because that's a lot of fun for me to do.
So one of my favorite parts of your rendition is this counterpoint that leads back into that groove, which is that it's kind of like the climax of the song. It's the most. It's this. It's almost like this closing statement to the chorus. And to me,
Okay, yeah.
poignant part of the song where it makes this statement. And so that counterpoint that you do right before there is so perfect. It leads right back into that, and I say, you know, and it gets back into that section. That's I'm hoping you'll give us a minute on that one. And just hear it with both hands.
Sure.
I feel it, like you're trying to separate them and you're like, it doesn't feel right, man. And I'm like, you're right. I want to hear those hands together. That's like the best part, right? Like, so.
Yeah.
So
okay. Thank you. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, lay that part on before the end of the chorus.
Okay, so like the last two times. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, that just feels like down the way it's interpreted on the stick. It just feels like with the sevenths and stuff like that, the way it moves. So yeah, give us a minute of that one. Just play it through. Let me hear that.
Sure.
I just want to hear it.
Yep. So all right, I'll play the whole chorus. I'll play the whole chorus again.
That was the part that I was hoping to hear, because that to me,
sure.
You know, you can the song is easy enough. It's a couple chords, right? But it's also a great exercise in, because the way when you're playing it, you're like, yeah, I know these chords, I know these changes. You know, you're always like trying new stuff and embellishing it, sort of thing. Such an important part to it, but just getting the basics, I agree with you, and I'm glad you chose this song. I think this is a great song, and is great, like the way you're showing it is like an exercise, which is great, because then it's doubly rewarding, right? You get to learn these scales, you get to learn these changes, and hey, you can play a song. Right?
Yeah, that's what I try to do for all of the arrangements that I come up for tap theory, or come up with for tap theory, is like I try to make it as both like here's something that it gives you to work on, and also then you can go and perform this at an open mic night, in a bar, at a gig, for your family, for yourself in front of the mirror. It doesn't matter, but you know, the point is like you've added to your repertoire and you've learned something on the stick.
Yeah.
But
and do me a favor here. We are coming up on time. It's really quick, right? Like this is like, just imagine like that will actually tell us a little bit about the Patreon site and everything that's been going on this past year with our few moments that are left here.
Okay, sure. I want to explain that movement. The movement that Gene was really excited about.
I'm with you.
Yeah, the movement that Gene is really excited about is actually pretty easy. I'm just emphasizing the change from E minor to E major, right? The melody is sitting on a D, which is the seventh of E, and an E minor has a G in it on the bottom below that D, right? And then I just move up to a G sharp. And then when I get to that A, the lower note is on an A, and then I just resolve, I pull off from my middle finger to my first finger. So together it sounds like
inner voices.
So yeah, exactly. I'm just adding other voices. So I will say I have this in multiple tunings in tablature. For those of you who don't read music, if you want it in sheet music, just send me a request. I have no problem writing it out in sheet music. And Gene will have the tabs. I'm sending him the PDF, and they will either be attached to this video. They'll be somewhere, and they will be available. Which brings me to Tap Theory in my Patreon page. So for those of you who don't know, which I don't know how you couldn't, considering how much I've been yelling about it for the past year, I've been doing this little experiment of mine called Tap Theory, which is essentially an online Chapman stick school, a tap guitar school with a focus on the Chapman stick, because that's my focus. And you can find it at patreon.com/jgoldbergmusic. And so if you've noticed, for the last 10 months, every week I have been putting out either an instructional video or a performance video. And I always mention how there are tabs or exercises involved if you follow this link. And the idea behind Patreon is that it is a subscription-based service. So for $5 a month, you suddenly are granted access to every exercise for every instructional video I've written and every performance, every set of tabs for every performance video that I've written. They look like this, the tablature.
So yeah,
It's
starting to become more popular. We're starting to see that with other artists as well that are adopting that model. And so $5 a month.
I think.
Where else are you going to get
What's that?
That written in multiple tunings and things like that? So a fantastic resource, Josh, and I'm so glad that you're sharing that with us. And it's a great community.
It's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot from it. I feel like every month I get to grow immensely as a stick player myself because of it. Which is, you know, if it's there's a lot of work that goes into this. I'm putting out something like 12 videos a month, or 12 pieces of curriculum a month rather. You know, it's 2 instructional videos, the exercises, and there are different tiers of what's it called? Oh my gosh, subscription. Thank you. There are different subscription tiers. So like $1 a month gets you early access to the instructional videos. And on my Instagram, I've been posting these like minute-long little, I call them stick tricks. And so you get the tabs to those stick tricks. You get access to like all of them. For $5 a month, you are upgraded to all of the exercises and for all the instructional videos and all of the tabs for all of my arrangements and studies that I write. And then for $10 a month, you get like really comprehensive fretboard cutaways, so like chord shapes, scale shapes, chord relationships, like all these music theory concepts as applied to the stick itself. And then you also get very in-depth performance breakdowns for the performances. So like if you are having trouble, you know, comprehending the finger pathways through a certain section of this song, you know, it's going to be written down in a basically a little mini essay where I break down every little piece of it for you to help you through the piece.
Cool, cool. And we don't see this a lot anywhere else in the stick community. So this is a unique offering, and so much great material out there. And it's great to see that there's new material every month. So give us the link one more time, Josh, and say it nice and slow so we hear it.
Patreon.com, patreon.com/J Goldberg Music, Goldberg Music. And I did forget to mention that starting at the $5 option, you also get to influence the video topics for every instructional video. I hold monthly polls that all of my subscribers, I'm almost at 20 signups now. You know, all of my subscribers partake in this, and I don't think I have any $1 guys. Everybody starts at $5, which is really cool and good to see. Yeah, so everybody's, you know, it's not just mine. Like I never feel like it's just mine. I say that we're all tap theorists together, and it's just this cool little experiment that I've been running that's been wildly successful so far, and I'm really pleased at having the privilege to help guide the conversation on the Chapman stick in some way.
Yeah, I keep up with the stickers. Now we're at time, and so I want to thank you again for making time for us.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Oh man, yeah, totally cool. And I'm gonna go learn the song right now. I mean, like I said, my reasons for doing this are totally completely selfish. So I'm gonna go out and like learn this song and try to learn it. I'm trying to keep up with you and David Tipton, and there's no way it's gonna happen. So
yeah.
Thank you so much for making time for us, Josh. What a great song to share, and thanks for sharing all the opportunities to learn on so many different tunings and on so many different topics on Patreon. So happy Freehands Friday to you. I hope that you have.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me on. Happy Freehands Friday to you. Yeah, cool. And thanks for everybody that's watching this. You guys rock, and you make what I do worth doing.
Right on. All right. Well, we'll see you next time, Josh. Thanks so much.
Yep. Catch you later.